Hey everybody, it's Heather Nichols, and you are invited to come and play with me for 30 days of sex and relationship. This is going to be a 30-day Facebook Live series in a private Facebook group, really diving into conversations, tools, and energetic exercises to have a different reality with sex, a different reality with relationships. And that includes not just romantic relationships, but all kinds of relationships. This is sex and relationships is a very sort of heated topic in this world, and one that a lot of people don't have a lot of ease with. And it really actually comes down to you having a level of ease and connection with yourself and your body, and getting out of judgment and getting into a space of realizing what's actually true for you, what works for you. For so long, I thought I wanted a relationship where, it was very like this with somebody, very like with them all the time. And it's so funny because when I was married for 10 years, or no, 6 years, but with my ex-husband for 10 years. And he traveled all the time. And I thought it was like, I had this story that it was like the worst thing that he traveled. And I was alone a lot, and I didn't want to be with somebody who, where I was going to be alone a lot. Well, fast forward, I got divorced and, had a couple years where I was by myself, and then got into another relationship that I've had for 10 years. That's a long distance relationship. And the thing is that in this world and in this reality, we don't have permission. Like, nobody invites us or asks us to look from a different point of view and wonder what it is that we would actually like to have with our relationships, what it is that we would like to do, what it is that we would like to create. And really, like, we don't invite ourselves to look at a different possibility that includes something very different, like a long distance relationship. And when I tell people I've had a long distance relationship for 10 years and it's absolutely phenomenal, they kind of can't even believe it, because how do you do that when you're supposed to be like this? Well, I thought I wanted to be like this with somebody. Turns out I don't. We like being alone. We like having our own time. And our relationship actually gets greater every day. It gets greater all the time. And there's so many ways that we are with it that are so incredibly different than how we thought relationships were supposed to be. So when we're willing to look from a different point of view and have a different choice and give ourselves a different choice, it's like that's when things really begin to open up and we can do something different. And when we realized, hey, what if we don't have to strive to be together, to live together, but we could actually enjoy what we have? We both realized that what we have as a long distance relationship is beautiful. And we adore each other, and we adore seeing each other, and we also adore being alone, which is like completely bizarre in this reality. But as soon as we started to acknowledge what was true for us, then we could actually create even more of it. So whether you have a relationship or you don't, or you would like to have one, or you would just like to have more ease in all of your relationships and in your sex life and how that whole thing plays out, it starts with getting really clear on what is true for you. And it may be very different than anything you've ever seen before and anything you've ever looked at in this reality. But when you give yourself permission to know what's true and to have what's true, then everything can open up. Because if you're trying to create from a lie, the lie of what's not true for you that you think you need to have, you'll never create it. Thank goodness, because creating from a lie, when you try to create from a lie, it's not something that you want to create anyway. And so if you're trying to create a relationship or a reality with sex or a reality with relationships that's not true for you, then it's never going to work, which is a good thing. But what if you could get into a space of knowing what is true for you and some really pragmatic tools to look at how to make things work for you, like how you can actually work with somebody day in and day out and create with them and even share money or whatever it is, and have it be a generative experience. There's nothing in my relationship that is a problem. We don't really have issues, and we're not in denial either. We just have some amazing tools that we use to create greater every day and to know what's true for us. And when you do, and you're willing to be with somebody who's also willing to know that, what you can create is phenomenal. So you are invited to a very different conversation about sex and relationships. And we're going to take 30 days, and I wonder where we're going to go. Probably all over the map. And you are invited. heathernichols.com/sex and relationships.